name is Mystik Cosplayer on Instagram. I am the maker of my Chica suit right here. She's my pride and joy. Her right eye, the up and down servo, is having some problems right now. So I can make her look all over the place, all funny, because her right eye can't look down. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I think it's funny. We gotta fix it for a later date. Yes, so I can't exactly control him while she's on the while Chica's on the stand with him attached to the hand, but there's basically a string that like runs down the middle of him, like right in here, and I can pull it from inside of Chica's hand, and it pulls his eyelids down, and it makes it look like he's blinking. So there's no electronics in him. His eyes don't glow, unfortunately. That's also maybe something for the future. But that was my first time ever trying practical puppetry like that and not electronics. And I think he turned out great. I love the movement of the eyelids. It's simple, but it's so effective and it makes it look like he's actually alive. So I love it. I've been doing cosplay for about 10 years. My first projects were made out of cardboard, duct tape, basically just whatever I could find around the house. But then in recent years, probably about the past 4 or 5, I've been working on just a bunch of different Five Nights at Freddy's characters. My first one was Roxanne Wolf from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Oh, yeah. She was an absolute hit at Comic-Cons. The game had just come out. I dressed up as her that like following March for MegaCon. Just absolutely swarmed with people. Oh my God, it's Roxanne Wolf. And I think since then, I've kind of just been like, people love these characters, even though they're these scary, haunted animatronic things, but people love them. And since then, I've basically just built a bunch more. And recently, in like the past year, I've had this suit. I finished her at this point, probably about 1.5 years ago is when I finished her. And she has been my pride and joy ever since. She's super difficult to wear. Her head is super heavy. Her body is super heavy. Everything about it is kind of heavy, but she is my favorite. The kids love her. Everybody loves her. And she was all built from scratch. Same thing with Foxy in the corner and all my other suits too. I draft all my own patterns for this kind of stuff. So like I literally start from the ground up with each project. And I feel like some of my best work is definitely shown in Chica and Foxy, especially. So Chica definitely took the longer of the two to make. She took somewhere between 4 and 5 months to make. I think about a good bulk of the work was done in closer to 2 months, but it was spread out over about 5 months. When I initially finished her, there was a lot of stuff I actually went back and did. I added bottoms to her feet so that way I wouldn't slide around on the floors because I didn't have time to do that when I finished her initially. My dad and I also went back and changed her eyes a little bit so they still like blink and look all over the place like they did initially. I changed the size of the eye in here actually because it was way too big compared to the movie design, which is what I was going for. And now they also glow. So those were just a couple of the upgrades that I made to Chica. And then Foxy took, I want to say maybe about 2 months. He was an extremely rushed project. There was a lot more I wanted to do with him that I just didn't get the chance to, and unfortunately because he's finished now, I can't really go back and add what I wanted to. However, I still absolutely love the way that he turned out. Just like with Chica, he is an absolute hit at Comic-Cons. A lot of people's favorite characters from what I've discovered is Foxy. And, you know, just one year I was like, you know what? I want to make an insanely scary version of one of my favorite characters, which was Foxy, and I made Nightmare Foxy in about 2 months, drafted all my own patterns again, and, you know, sculpted the head out of polyfoam. The rest of him is all EVA foam, and his teeth are all hand sculpted as well, his new teeth. His old teeth were molded and casted out of hot glue. That sucked because it made his head really heavy. So I went back and changed that at least. But yeah, so it really just depends on the character I'm making. Foxy, about 2 months, and then Chica, closer to 4 or 5, just because she was so much bigger.
So that's Nightmare Foxy?
Yeah, that's Nightmare Foxy from the 4th game. But the chest plate that I made is actually inspired off of the first Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy. Just because, in a way, I kind of didn't like the torso that they had given Nightmare Foxy in the 4th game. It was like cut up from the middle, and I was like, I don't know how I can make that work in a costume. So I took some creative liberties with him, and I added some details from, I want to say maybe a little bit of each Foxy from the first 2 to 3 games. So FNAF 1 Foxy is shown through the chess piece. There's a little hint of maybe Withered Foxy in there with the paint job that I did, but it's all mostly just Nightmare Foxy from the 4th game. So
Out of all the characters in Five Nights at Freddy's, do you have a favorite?
for the longest time, it was Foxy of any version. I just loved what they did with him in every single game. He was always so scary, like his huge mouth, his huge teeth. All that was terrifying to me. And Foxy, for a while, was my favorite. And he still is, don't get me wrong. But what did it for me was Chica in the movie. Now, this may shock some people, but I actually didn't like Chica before the movie came out. I thought she was kind of ugly in the first game. I'm sorry, Chica. I didn't like Toy Chica in the second game. I'm not really sure what changed it from that. They made some small adjustments to her in the movie, and again, it's really hard for me to tell what they did, but they changed some things just slightly that made her look so much more adorable, and I think that's kind of why now she's also my favorite next to Foxy's, because they made her look better from the games. And they also made Cupcake a lot more of an active part in the movie. In the games, he would just kind of sit there and not do anything. Like, he wouldn't jump scare anybody. He would just sit there and look pretty. But they actually made him like a little angry dog in the movie. And I think that's another reason why Chica is now one of my favorites. So, yeah, definitely Chica and Foxy are my 2 favorites.
Are you excited for the new movie coming out?
Oh, I'm so excited. I've seen the trailers, the sneak peeks, everything that we've gotten so far, and I think it's going to be really good. All of the characters look amazing. Jim Henson's Creature Shop just absolutely blows it out of the water with everything that they do. I love the Muppets as well. I love all those puppets that they did for that. I know they've done a bunch of other stuff, but they're known quite a lot for that. But I absolutely love the work that they did for Freddy's. Those practical suits versus, computer generated stuff. It was just so much. It was so cool. And I can't wait to see what they do for the second movie.
Do you have a favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game?
Oh gosh. That's a little hard. I do. For a while, and actually still not, I really like Sister Location. It's very dark. It's very creepy. I like the creepy clown looks that they gave the characters in that game, like Funtime Freddy, Foxy, Baby, and then Ballora. They're really freaky to me, and I think that they look really cool. But I have to admit, I think out of all the games that I've made characters from, which would be essentially Five Nights at Freddy's 1, Chica, Five Nights at Freddy's 4, Foxy. I've made Roxy from Security Breach. Probably Five Nights at Freddy's 4 would have to be my favorite that I've made a character from, just because that was just downright terrifying for me. I was like, when I was younger and playing it, I couldn't get past like certain points just because I was so scared to like hit the buttons, because you never know what's on the other side of the bedroom doors or what's hiding in your closet. So yeah, definitely 4 or Sister Location are probably my favorites.
And then last question for you, it's like an icebreaker question, but I always ask them, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Oh, sorry, y'all. I do like pineapple on pizza. I like a Hawaiian pizza. I'm sorry. I know. Chica would probably hate me, but yeah, look at her. She got the red eyes. No, Chica. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yes, I do like pineapple on pizza. I like a good Hawaiian. I like the pineapple, ham, bacon, that stuff. I think it's good.
Awesome.
So,
well, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy the rest of the convention.
yeah, thank you very much for interviewing me.
Very hard here. You've been doing judging, pre-judging for the cosplay contestants.
Yes.
It's really cool. You've had a lot of friends come out, a lot of fans from Five Nights at Freddy's come out to see you. And I'm sure they can't wait to see you at all the next conventions that you'll be at as well.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate everyone who wants to stop and take pictures and, see all my work. It really makes it's one thing to make these guys, but then it's another to see the fandom be like, oh my God, it's Chica or it's Foxy. It's a really great feeling and I love doing it. So yes, thank you very much. All right, bye everyone.